So finally got round to get my generator working on this, courtesy of George at Sol-Ark. Had to open up the frequencies because it's only a 8 kilowatt generator. And I was thinking that I could run this Sol-Ark on its batteries and then use a small generator to automatically stop and start to top the batteries off. Doesn't appear to work that way. When it's off grid and the generator's running and charging the batteries, it's also passing through the generator to the load side. When the generator can't keep up with the load, it's only 8 kilowatt, it then switches back to the batteries, back to the generator, back to the batteries, back to the generator. So that's a question I'm going to put to Sol-Ark tomorrow to see whether I've got that understanding right. What prompted this is a move to change propane providers. So we had to empty the tank. So we used the generator what's in there, which I'll show in a minute, to charge the batteries up, use the time of use, sell the power, run on batteries overnight, start the generator in the morning, charge the batteries up, and we did that for 7 days. This generator's been here since 2018, and for the more an entertainment thing, I tried this heat recovery. So, generator exhaust goes to this modine that I pulled out of the end of the building. Thermostat gets hot, turns fan on, and the exhaust goes out of the wall. Never really did much with it, but it works surprisingly well. So we have a few little safety features. Manual off, solenoid to control the gas. You've got to enable the gas, get the power on the generator, and then that power supply takes over and supplies power to keep this up. So if the generator stops, the gas automatically switches off. If that fire alarm goes off, that also will switch off the gas supply. So relatively safe-ish, apart from you never run a generator inside a house. This is a garage, so I suppose you shouldn't run in a garage either. But this, I'm quite comfortable with this. I'll put it out for comment and let you guys see what you think. But that little modine there raised the temperature of this shop, and we're not talking about a small shop here. From 29 to 55 Fahrenheit over a couple of days made it pleasant to actually work in here. So I may keep this and actually, let me just step back. Up there, I've got 2 monster modines. There's a bit of a loop there, so there's probably water in that. But I could do the same thing, do a little bit of replumbing here, take that exhaust straight into the 1.5 inch, go up to those modines instead, get rid of this. I may well leave this here. Then I got to thinking, and there's another bugbear of mine, is the customer benefit charge or contribution for the solar, aka corporate welfare, corporate socialism. Yeah, that does get to me. Not only are they taking the kilowatts off me, and I get 1-for-1 credit, we're not getting anything back until a reconsolidation date 10 years away. So this ultimately may end up being an off-grid site totally. But one idea I had is if I put a rectifier on that and take it to the input of an inverter as a solar panel, I wouldn't do it on the Sol-Ark, that's expensive. but I might do it on a cheap 5 kilowatt panel. So when I want to run that generator, rather than run and charge my batteries up, I'll just take it to the inverter and send those kilowatts to the provider to be pulled back later. Lots of opportunities. I've got to do a bit of research. I don't know, I can't remember how many BTUs you get out of a gallon of propane, but if I extract all the heat out of that, do I get the electric for free as well? Or is a percentage of that energy that I'm going to claim to turn the alternator going to come away from what comes out as heat? Interesting. There's the propane tank, what's going, the exhaust. Here's Raymond. I'm recording this as an iPhone. This is iDog, because he's only got one eye. Hi Stevie. And Raymond, he's got no eyes. Poor Raymond. And another stage of this, right down there, half a mile down there, is a gate with another meter. That's costing me about $400 a year. So that's going to be a target for solar as soon as the weather's decent enough. And that will leave me with 1 meter. And I'm also looking to expand the solar. We're working on that one now to try and find that balance of, if we're going to go off grid, what do I need? I've got my batteries, I've got my solar, I've got a pumping need to empty out that silo. So I can use my spare electricity or excess electricity to pump. When there's no excess electricity, don't pump. So I've got somewhere to put that extra power. I've got to do the return on investment calculations just to see where all that stands. Well, progression. What are you doing, Raymond? Okay, bye now.